I tell you why they're not the same, if you would like to understand. They're not the same because when I put positive and negative together, I form a third thing called neutral. When you put them together, you guys form war. It's prevalent in the world today. Evidence all around us. Because all your life watching, like me, He-Man. If ever Skeletor and He-Man got together, they could have created a perfect, beautiful harmony in the world. But they never did. They warred the entire time.
Let's talk about facts.
If you want to have intellectual discussions.
Spiritually oriented, a beautiful farm.
Who you are beyond the personality.
I'm a human being, same as you. Be who you are.
But to answer your question,
What is really going on? And let's get into this.
And what is happening, W.I.R.G.O watchers? Welcome to the wonderful world of W.I.R.G.O. And again, we are at a place where we ask what is really going on. And we're doing it in Cardiff, Queen Street. And this conversation happened with a gentleman, I think he's a priest or works for a church of some kind. And he is preaching the Gospels and the Word. So I'm trying to develop characters with the different individuals I meet. So if you'll notice in this one, I'm more preachy, more I'm trying to mirror them and mimic them so that they'll listen to me as well as put my message across. See if you notice at this time the different ego that has come out of me in story form, trying to lay a story out there to get them to see something. And let me know what you think. And tell me, did this gentleman believe me at all at the end? Only you'll find out. Enjoy. I'm not from your world.
Well, you are because you live in my world.
What if I said, in my world there's no such thing as good and evil, but if your world is good and evil, how do we live in the same world?
So what world are you from?
The hymn.
What's that?
It's all around us. It's the eternal bliss of God. But like,
Yeah, God is everywhere.
yeah, it is. But like, if I said as the one, God is the him, but as the two, he's good and evil.
He's not good enough.
Well, which one of those two things would God not be?
God ain't evil. God is pure love. God is love.
Just how do you then? What? I agree with that, but I have a different thing with God. If I asked you then, who did create evil? In your opinion, not in who did. I don't expect you to be God, but I expect you to have an understanding of what you're trying to tell me, because I want to learn from you. So, who did create evil, if not God? If not God, I said. So I assume God created it because he's creator of all things and evil being part of all things. But I have no problem with God creating evil. I think it's a beautiful thing. But I don't see evil, I see something different. In my world, it's called something different to your world. But in your world, you call it evil, and I'm trying to bridge a gap between my world and your world.
So all right. So let me get this straight,
Yep.
right? So in our cars and or whatever the world, when they chop someone's heads off, because your spirit's going to live. So when they chop babies' heads off, that's good, is it?
Would you say it was good? So I can understand your question. I wouldn't say that was good or
I
evil.
think that's pure evil. And it comes from the heart, because all man's hearts are evil. Your heart is wicked.
Oh, my heart is wicked, but not evil. Wicked, but not evil. Because to you, yeah, I can accept you might see that. I don't want to take that away from you, so.
You know good and evil, because their eyes were open.
If I said to you that I have 3 eyes because I believe in the Trinity.
Yeah, I've seen 3 eyes. I had 3 eyes. I've seen
So
them as well.
could you tell me the 3 eyes you have in good and evil? What's between? Oh, okay, right, so you have 3 eyes, Eddie. One of them's good, one of evil. What's the one in the middle? Right, I have 3 eyes. Mine sees good as positive and evil as negative, because we have a neutral in between, which connects them. As Christ said, bring them together and the mountains will move. If you can't bring good and evil together, how can you make that problem move? It's a trick. You're correct, but what you're seeing is not what I'm seeing, and I'm just saying to you that when you see evil, I see illness. I can heal the illness. How do you heal?
I feel healed. I've done it through the Holy Spirit as well. I feel people.
I can believe that.
Me, the God. Through me.
If I said the Holy Spirit within you is that which is what you call as Satan and Lucifer, but also that which you refer to as Christ. In other words, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The Son being the source of you, that reptilian part of you says, I want. All of us. We all have that. It's a part of growing. He needs that to survive. It's a beautiful gift from God. But also, another part of that is the Father to lead us, and then the Holy Spirit to make sure that we stick together and we do not fight as children. But I believe individuals, not like you, but like yourself, the thing you created all around us, can't see the 3, they only see the 2 right here. And the third one, they always replace with the word versus. All I want to ask you to do is replace that word verses with love, and then that will be complete.
I do know, because I'm not perfect, right? Because people can hurt me. Like, you can say if I don't know you could hurt me. Like, I'm hurt because I had a support worker for 8 years, and I was attracted to her.
I feel
she's from
I feel
She's from Bridgend, and I told God, I said, God, take her away from my life, because I get into, you know what I mean? So he's took her, and I got someone else now. So we all go through struggles, we all go through training, we all go through this in life, but you know what? I got the peace of God in me. I got the peace of God in me, and I had the whiteness in me, brother.
I believe you.
You know what? And I had the whiteness, and you know what? And I know the demons, there's demons, brother.
The demons in the darkness, I agree with you. What if I said to you that I understand where you come from, but I don't have the white or the peace, I have the grey and the harmony. Because I'm somewhere in between the good and evil, because I believe this place, not these places. I think this, if we got rid of this, we'd need to get rid of this, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to pay. To get rid of this is a sacrifice I'm willing to take. Are you willing to take that sacrifice? To get rid of that, you have to get rid of that. That's a sacrifice that God is really asking you. And with all the raptures happening in the world, it's time for me to come out and speak to individuals like yourself to say, what God is asking you to do, the real sacrifice, is for you to get rid of that, which is what you want. You must give up this. And until you can give up this, you'll never get rid of that, because it's a polar opposite.
Well, that's why I was just preaching, is not good. Jesus told me to be good and tell the truth. He spoke to me originally, right?
I believe.
He told me to be good and tell the truth. And pretty sure I'd seen him in a dream and it was really fun, but he told me to be good and tell the truth. But Jesus is perfect. Jesus is my, like, he's my, like, he told the truth.
And he told this. He said that you have no enemies, right? If he said you have no enemies, how can there be an evil if you have no enemies?
Yeah, because it's not against flesh and blood. It's against, we rule against dark forces, against spiritual forces of evil.
This is not flesh and blood, my friend. This is of the abstract world.
That's what I'm saying, brother. It's the spiritual force going.
And the only one that can bring it into this world is you. Because you are the abstract inside you that can bring forward the evil. Like I said, in my world, this has no power. I give it no power. And anyone that tells me this is real, I don't laugh at them. I chuckle at the idea that this is real, because they are the only ones telling me it's real. God tells me it's not real.
Okay, so how can you,
yes,
you as a man,
I agree.
How can you believe that? How do you believe that? What did you invent it?
No, God did.
God invented it.
Yeah, well, this language that you're reading here, man invented this, right? But math, God invented. We didn't invent that, we discovered it. It's here all around us, but we're too blind to it because we've been taught this.
So, get rid of this, like you said.
Yes.
Yeah, and then get rid of that.
Get rid of that, we'll get rid of that, because it can't exist without it. Because once you admit there's no evil, there's just illness, and then you don't see good anymore or evil, you just see health.
Do you believe that we're all born with sin in us?
Yes. But sin, ask me what sin is. To me.
I think it's a condition of the heart.
Oh, yes, I almost agree. Within us is a thing called Cain and Abel. Cain is a narcissistic, selfish side, which is very much needed, and children have this in them to survive. It's part of the lizard process of the evolution of how the world has created us. And then what happens is they learn a powerful ability given to them by God called empathy. And many people have that taken away from them through trauma as a child, and because of that, they live in a life of sin because they cannot grow a part of them, and then that is what I see as illness, not evil.
I grew like that.
Sin is a narcissistic imbalance in all of us and many people, and this is the main causes why they call it original sin. It's a slave technology for your mind because it tells you double-minded to beware. You must look, if you keep seeing that which is in between the two opposings, adverses or, you will always fight with everything, and that's what people do.
So what did you say? Who are you? What religion?
No, I'm not part of religion. I'm trying to take the role of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I'm not telling you I am. I'm saying to you, I want to do it. No one seems to step forward, and everybody seems to think that it's like an illusion of born of God. I am born of God. I killed Carl. Carl was who I was. I sacrificed him, and I let God put Christ in me. So he's not born of me. is born of
I
it.
had the likeness over me. I had the likeness in me, the likeness.
Yes.
And I know the whole you don't believe in the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is everywhere.
I agree with you. The Holy Spirit will put light in you to try to form this, because obviously what was in you to start with was dark. So how do you turn darkness into grey? You have to give him light. That's what Jesus said. I am the light, I am the path. I will give you lightness, but if you form only light, then you will go as above and so below to the darkness. You must learn to form grey with the light that I give you. If you don't form grey, then your free will is taken from you. I would have taken it from you.
So what do you mean grey?
So in other words, stop seeing this and this, white and dark, put them both together and understand that there's grey, and humans deserve a lot more than a title of good or evil.
So
they deserve...
You don't believe in this or this?
No.
So you don't believe in evil?
No.
And you don't believe in good?
I don't know what they are, no. I don't.
So you don't believe that, so what do you believe in? Come on, it's hard to be
Positive and negative. I tell you why they're not the same, if you would like to understand. They're not the same because when I put positive and negative together, I form a third thing called neutral. When you put them together, you guys form war. It's prevalent in the world today. Evidence all around us. Because all your life watching, like me, He-Man. If ever Skeletor and He-Man got together, they could have created a perfect, beautiful harmony in the world. But they never did. They warred the entire time. And they taught me to do that. So, as the church once said, give me the child for 7 years, I'll show you the man. Because it's our state of mind where we're in the Garden of Eden, therefore we're learning to grow.
So, do you ever, because me, I have faith in Jesus. So
Thank you.
Do you have faith in Jesus?
Jesus meaning the source of, yes.
Do you believe he's a human?
I believe the source can be a human, yes.
Because he is a light.
I believe, if you're talking about Yeshua ben Joseph, the great Jew, I don't want to get his title wrong of what he was before, that went off to seek a new knowledge because he could see that this was destroying his people, and came back with the knowledge of light, that of God, and that of the way the light being the electricity and formed in the negative, positive and neutral, where we can bring them back together as love. If you're talking about that, yes, I believe in that story. I believe that he came back and he tried to teach his people the knowledge, and because the Jewish, not Jewish people, or Jewish faith, but the Jew-minded people who saw dualistically decided that he was no longer relevant, and to make him out that he had to lose his life.
So, do you believe that Jesus died on that cross?
I believe the man titled Jesus of Christ of Nazareth could have definitely died at the hands of the law as they turned the people against him and made them think that theirs are true and the world they live in is built upon this. I do believe that could have happened, but I wasn't ever there.
Because let me tell you something, brother. I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen Jesus and Father God on my phone, and I've seen Father God with a golden crown. I mean, not with these eyes, with my spiritual eyes.
Yes, I believe that.
I've seen Father God, and I didn't see him, but he was there, he's all powerful and mighty. And I've seen Jesus as well. And he told me to be good 25 years. See this blue you got on? That's
yes.
the gate he had. And I was in the water, and I've been baptised, but I come back into the world. And, you know,
if I said to you that if I put a pair of glasses on you when you was a child that were tinted blue, you would see all things, but they would also have a tinted blue. And if one day I took that tinted blue glasses off and you saw what you saw, would you put the glasses back on and say, I like it the way I had it? Or would you see God's colours and say, if this is the truth, then even though I saw what was here before, now someone's taking these glasses off me, I want to see a little bit more. Don't deny yourself that. Don't take my word that this is true, because that would put doubt in you. But take it that this could just be another step in your path to who you may become. I don't want anybody to move away who've taken anything from them.
I don't believe this. I believe we can all, but I don't know what you're saying. But God told me to be good. God told me to be good. Right?
Yeah, you know the glasses thing I said to you? I remember I said that because you said that before. Thank you for reminding me. I do that a lot. But if God spoke to you, I'm sure God doesn't speak English, but you would have still understood God because he speaks everything. He's omnipresent. He's within you. Yeah. So he doesn't have to speak English. You have to speak math to speak to God, but you already speak math because God gave you that gift. How else would you have learned English? You had to learn that this letter plus this letter equals this word plus this word equals this sentence plus this sentence equals a paragraph. That's mathematics. If you ask any scientist anything, yeah, everything's built in math. Me and you could have a good discussion about all the math from colours to everything we see, not just 1 plus 1, which tells you that the spiritual world and the world of God is true because it's called the abstract world that we see and are part of, but people don't necessarily see it. Where we live is in between the abstract world and this physical world. The satanic people people of this world want to live in the physical, and the Luciferian people want to live in just that spiritual world. I want to try and pull people in the middle, and as much as I love you guys because you're needed for balance, when I fully balance, you guys will still be needed, but I think I'll bring you more into the middle when you're ready. But if I bring you in too early and tell you what to do and get to your churches and try to be a prat, which I will be because I'm a bit of a prat, I'm only going to put people at people's backs. So I like to see someone who I know has seen Jesus somewhere, even if you see the blue Jesus with your blue glasses. Yeah, with your blue glasses. I'm telling you that Jesus is there and you are seeing him, but it's fair to say that whoever put your tree of knowledge, whoever grew it when you was a child, may not have grown the tree that you needed. And maybe someone like myself may be able to give you a new branch. Have a look with the Hebrew word of new branches and you'll find the word of Nazareth. And I understand he wasn't Jesus of a place called Nazareth. He was Jesus of a new knowledge to try and teach people a new way to see things. And that what they're seeing is true, but if we just add one more ingredient, they'll see the full truth. They'll be able to lift their glasses off.
So do you believe Jesus is the Father?
I believe Jesus is... I think he's the gate. I think Jesus is the gate by which all people will go to heaven with. The heaven they want. It's not really the heaven they deserve, it's the heaven that we all need, which is Eden.
So do you believe in hell?
Only in the mind. I was in hell for a long time. In fact, I tried to make myself the king of the place until I realized I was just being silly.
So what about people who have died and they've gone to hell? Or people who have gone and so...
I don't believe anyone dies, I think we're all eternal.
No, I mean you breathe, so your spirit comes into your body, your spirit, and then you go somewhere.
I think if you go into the next life and waiting for your next life, and there's a passage by where you have to experience that which has come before, I do not want to remember a place that was filled with hell. I do not want a place full of evil. I want to remember a place full of harmony with beautiful beings like yourself, and no matter how much I think they're evil, I'm going to look at them and go, no, they were just ill, they were the beautiful beings of God, and I will never judge them that way. You have to ask yourself, are you comfortable judging people evil for the rest of your life? If I tell you, there's a possibility they just could be ill, and you could be the one dishing out the actual harm by seeing them as evil. Not on purpose, I would never suggest that of you.
We are. So do you believe we're all short of the glory of God?
Oh, I believe most of the things you believe, just in a different light. I would never say anything you're saying is incorrect. I would just say I see it differently.
So when you said to me you don't believe that Jesus died on the cross, you don't believe it?
I don't believe he died. I think that his body passed away, as will yours. It's just part of letting go, but he lives on through us all. Here's how I tell my wife, don't be frightened to death, because just like a tuning fork, if you resonate with your child, which is God's plan, exactly that, the same as God, then you will have the opportunity to not deny God, but God will give you the opportunity to pass from your life into his and enjoy the rest of your life through him, if you can resonate with both him and God at the same time, because God will thank you for giving a pathway to him. And then he'll give you choice on your deathbed. When your mum looked at you, did she look at you and go to you, or did she look at God and go to God? She said she looked at God and went to God. I said I've seen it 100 times. That's why I believe in God. That's why I see the hymn. But the hymn said, I'm the only thing that's going to resonate with you because I love you. The rest of the world doesn't know love because they see this. They didn't follow my very first rule, which is not to consume this. Make this part of who you are, the self. If you choose not to accept this, you will give a light and opening to that which you teach. In other words, they will save you from the belly of the beast.
So you don't, let me go for you, right? So you don't believe in that, and you believe in what? You're in the middle.
I think that this is just a fictional way to look at that which is real, the truth, and the truth is positive and negative in many forms as God comes. Many forms, because you can bring them together. So I'll say health, education. I mean, once upon a time your kind said that. Come to the church, we will give you good health and education and show you the light. But I think it was infected by Jewish culture and mind. Not the people or the religion, but the ideology that this is real. Because if you say your God is the creator of all things, then your God must have created this.
To the love, support and sharing of the community that has followed us here on YouTube, we have been able to build a village for special needs children in crisis out in Tanzania. Our family in Tanzania is now made up of nearly 200 children, Most of these children have disabilities, and most of these children are among the most marginalised human beings in our human story. To all who have partnered with what we do, thank you for your love and support. We simply can't do what we do without you. If you visit www.sharetanzania.com/partnership, you will see all of the details there.